So we're here in the Calliope Games booth, and we're talking to Ray Weirs, and they have a game here. They have several games here, but the two that we're going to talk about, and especially the very first one, is kind of the second coming of a game that probably most everybody knows about, and that's Tsuro. The new version of Tsuro is called Tsuro of the Seas. So I'm going to let Ray take it over here and explain Tsuro of the Seas.
So Tsuro of the Seas is really the same, uses the same mechanics as Tsuro.
Okay.
The major difference between the two games is that in Tsuro of the Seas you play your opponent in addition to the board itself. Okay. And so in Tsuro of the Seas we have what we call Daikachu. Okay.
Those don't look good.
No, the Daikachu are big badass monsters, and if they hit you or they hit your ship, it takes you out of the game.
Oh wow.
So these will move randomly during the game.
Okay.
Right? So, and the number of Daikachu that are actually on the board will change with the number of players.
Okay.
So the
more monsters, more people?
No, it's actually the opposite.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So the more people you have, the less Daikachu that are on the board.
Okay.
And that's just to open the board up so that people can move. Okay. So the Daikachu, you'll notice that on the board now, a standard Tsuro board is a 6x6 grid.
Right.
This board is 7x7, so it's a little bit bigger. Right? We've also added coordinates to the game board itself. Okay? On your turn, you roll 2 dice, or to place the Daikachu. Right? You're going to roll 2 dice, and that's going to give you the coordinates of where the Daikachu is going to start the game. Right? So we got a 6-5. Boom, comes down here. At the 6-5 position is where it's at. And then, you'll roll until you get the number of Daikachu that's appropriate for the number of players. Okay? Now, each individual has their tiles in their hands, and these are the same style of wake tiles or path tiles as in Tsuro. Okay? But now they're the wakes from the ships. So, a very important thing about this game, okay, is that you are the captain of an Imperial Red Seal ship. All right? And your emperor, who just happens to be me, right, has sent you out to tell the world that I owned all the lands and all the seas. So that's what you're doing.
Okay.
Not only that, but I'm your god, so get down on your knees and bow. Right? So that's the story behind Tsuro of the Seas.
Gotcha.
But the starting positions like Tsuro are the hash marks on the side of the board. So once I look at my tiles and I know how I can move, I'm going to place my ship. Okay.
Perfect.
Now the thing about this is that the Daikachu will move or have the opportunity to move on everybody's turn. Okay. So because you don't know where they're going, it's really safe to move as far away from them as you possibly can during the game, because if you don't, you can get knocked out right away. So we'll show you how that works. Okay. So on your turn, you're going to roll 2 dice. Okay. If I roll a 6, 7, or 8, the Daikachu will move. Okay. So here I roll a 9. The Daikachu stay in place. I'm going to take a tile, place it in front of my pawn, and then I move to the end of the path. And now it's the next player's turn. But this player pulls up another tile. So he's back up to 3 tiles. Okay. So now we roll again. There's the 8. Okay. So now the Daikachu are going to move. Okay.
All of them or just one?
All of them will move.
Okay.
So now the active player is gonna roll a single die, and that's gonna tell me what direction the Daikachu actually moves in. Okay.
All of them are going to use
the 4.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, but we start out. There's a sequence to them. Okay. So they're numbered 1 through 5. The lower the number, that's the one that's going to move first. So we're going to look for the 1s. There's no 1s. Then we have the 2s. Now we have 2 2s on the board. Yellow takes precedence over blue. So yellow is going to move first. Okay. The reason for that, it's very scientific, that yellow is Dawn's favorite color. She's the artist. That's how it came out. So yellow moves first. Okay. So we move to the 4. Right. So there's the 4 arrow. This one here slides down this one. Okay. Then we're going to look to the 3s. There's a 3. 4 comes over here. The 4 is going to rotate. And then we go to the 5. And this is going to move over here. Now the active player places tiles.
Now, do the Daikachu move on top of any laid tiles that are out there?
If the Daikachu hits anything, right, it takes it out of the game.
Oh, okay.
So let's say that we were here now. Okay. And I'm actually on this tile, moving in the opposite direction of the Daikachu. And a 2 gets rolled. It hits this tile. It takes out the player. Brutal, right?
Not good.
So that's the end.
And that's your, and White's done.
And he's done. He's out.
Okay, that's
He's out.
pretty brutal.
So, you know, what happens is you're sitting on the edge of the seat because you can see where the Daikachu are at, right? But you have no idea where they're going.
Right.
Now here's the other thing about the Daikachu. They're numbered 1 through 5, right? There's 6 sides to this dice, right? Which means Daikachu fly, right? So if you roll a 6, then you're going to roll 2 dice to land another Daikachu at a different board. And if it lands on top of you, you're out of the game, right? So
Now, how long does a typical game take to play?
it takes about 30 to 40 minutes to play. This game actually plays, even though there's a lot more luck to this game, it actually plays longer than Tsuro.
Right.
I can see that with all the monsters creating a little more
A little bit
trouble.
havoc, yeah.
In the original, the board wasn't going away. It just kept building up to a point to where it had to come to an end. Like you see several times in this game where you might build up a little bit, but then it's going to get torn back down.
You know,
kind of starting back over.
It's amazing. That does happen, right? But these Daikachu will also sleep, right? You'll go 3 or 4 different times, right? And all of a sudden the board is filled up with blue wake tiles, and then they wake up. It's like everybody's ducking, you know, to get out of the way. So you've got both ends of the spectrum, and because it's completely random, you know, you can, like I said, you can plan around it, you can plan for it, but there's really nothing you can do.
Now this game is available now,
No, it'll be
correct? Or
mid-September.
Mid-September, okay.
Yeah, you can buy it here
Okay.
at GenCon, right? But mid-September is when it'll be in the store.
And where will people be able to find it?
At any local hobby store.
Excellent,
So,
excellent.
And then also our friends at Barnes & Noble.
Excellent.
Great.
Well, Ray, thank you very much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
And showing us Tsuro of the Seas. I know a lot of people are excited. Tsuro has had a resurgence in the last year or so, and so I know everybody can't wait to play the new version. Thanks a lot.
No, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.